Welcome everyone, it's the Vlogging Colonel here. We're out in Oldham County, Kentucky. We're just gonna go explore. I have a few places in mind. Welcome to the vlog. This is day 2 of my, I won't call it the daily vlog because there may be days I miss. I don't want to make this something where I feel a sense of despair or anxiety about showing up and being here every single day. But yes, welcome to my new channel, the Vlogging Colonel. It's the Vlogging Colonel. This is the Colonel's vlog. It's gonna be my new song for now. Yeah, we're out here in Oldham County, Kentucky. Just got off of the interstate, and I'm heading out to a supposedly haunted place. A couple of things going on out of this location where we're going. It's called Sleepy Hollow Road. That's right, Sleepy Hollow Road. And on that road, there's a very special bridge called Crybaby Bridge. So we'll talk about that when we get out there. We're not too far away. Taking the scenic route. I used to live out here in Oldham County. It's not a Prospect. It's a cool house. And I lived here for several years with my family. We really liked it in Prospect. Prospect was a nice place to live. Quiet, shady, really close to Louisville, right off the river. But you don't feel like you're close to the big city in Prospect. It has an old town out in the country sort of vibe. A nice area, really nice area. So we'll be right there in just a second. And if I pass anything interesting, I'll stop. Okay. So we're just about to pull up in here. Look at this road. I could see this being a little bit ominous, a foggy Kentucky night. But it's beautiful today. Beautiful indeed. We're just a moment away. So I don't think this is Harrods Creek. This, I believe, down through here is Sleepy Hollow Creek. Not to be confused with Harrods Creek, the main creek of Prospect Creek where I used to live, which we're going to stop by there very soon. But this is it. We're here. This is the Sleepy Hollow Bridge. We've made it. Now this is private property, so I can't go in there. But what I will do, when I get a moment, is drive back over the bridge. I'm trying to find a place. I don't know. I've read that there's not really any good access point here to the bridge. That doesn't mean I won't try. This is it. This is the Crybaby Bridge. Right here. And if I can, I'm going to try to find a place where I can maybe pull over here. But it might not be very easy. There's not a whole lot of area here to pull over. So what I'll do is I'll go up and I'll turn back around. And I might park right where I turned around. Maybe those people won't bother me. Well, unfortunately, there's a loud car. Can't really get in there. It's clearly marked as private property. And I don't want to tempt the fates, as it were. In fact, I'm parked right next to a no parking at any time sign here. But right back in there, you can just see it. We just drove over it. It's the Crybaby Bridge. And there's the little creek that runs through it here. And so the legend of the Crybaby Bridge is quite sinister. Apparently, way back in the day, mothers would throw their children, their babies, into the creek from the bridge over there to their dooms. And legend goes that on some nights you can hear the screaming of the babies, the crying babies, down here by the Crybaby Bridge and all along this waterway here where they would drown. Horrible story. Who knows if it's true? There's a lot of legends in Kentucky. But this was one that I had not been aware of when I lived over here in Prospect. I think I heard of the Crybaby Bridge. I had definitely heard of Sleepy Hollow, which is this road that we're on, I believe. Although that is Sleepy Hollow Drive, and that is private property. I wish I could show you the bridge better, but we did drive over it, which is cool. But let me pull out of here because I am parked in a no parking spot. And then I'll talk a little more about the road. And then we'll go on to our next location. So this area, pulling out of here, I'm leaving the Crybaby Bridge. So this road that I'm on, which I think is Kentucky Highway technically, but Sleepy Hollow. So there's another legend here. And it's about an old ghost hearse. And apparently, if you're driving down this road late at night and you look into your rearview mirror, you might be unlucky enough to see a black hearse behind you. And legend has it, if the hearse catches up to you, then you will be doomed. I don't know if the hearse runs you off the road. I've heard that. I've heard that it will run you off the road into a tree. Or I've heard that you'll simply be cursed and you'll die within a few days. Or you'll be involved in a deadly car accident. But you don't want to be on this road and see a hearse, because that would be bad news for you. Indeed. This is Sleepy Hollow. And we're coming back up here. We're going to head down towards the Prospect area. My former dwelling, stomping grounds, if you will. Have a look around there. Take you down to another cool spot that I'm thinking about that would be kind of cool to look at. I've never actually stopped there, and the story that I've heard, I've only heard recently, and I haven't been down to kind of take it all in. So that's where we're heading now. Well, this is a cool little spot. A lot of people don't drive through here. This was under construction when I moved to Louisville. And this is the beautiful Norton Commons community here in Kentucky. It's out of Louisville and Prospect. I guess we're technically in Prospect right now. And it's this entire little community that's gated, and it's built with these quaint little homes. They have everything here. I have some friends that live here. Never really spent much time in the area, but look at this street. Just look at it. And everything here is new housing. There's no old housing here at all. In fact, I don't believe any of this existed even 10 years ago. But they've built this amazing little town. Look at that house. Jimson Street, Featherville. We've got a little main street, little businesses. Beautiful area. This is kind of the main street area here, I presume. I don't really know much about Norton Commons, but I thought we should stop here because look at it. It's Not every day you see something like this. Just built, all new construction. Built to look and to be reminiscent of an old, quaint American neighborhood. Almost southern. Let's look at it. From what I understand, the homes here are wildly expensive, and I would see why. I wonder what the crime rate is here in Norton Commons. You would think it is pretty low. Pretty low indeed. Let's get up here. I have no idea how to get out of here. I don't know where I am. Meeting Street. Look at those stones. Some stones over there. Almost like a hinge. Wonder what that is. No idea. Park? Kind of reminds me of Celebration, Florida. It's another, like built to be a town out of nothing. Just the whole thing planned out. Wow. A lot of people. I really should come down here sometime and walk around and see what's up here. Why, hello, child. Go. You can go. I mean, it looks like a Norman Rockwell painting. But yeah, let me find my way out of here, and we will head down to the more old, historic part of Prospect, if I can find my way out of here. Some beautiful homes here. We're almost to where I am going. Behind a very old person. Very old. They've been driving about 15 miles an hour for a long time. Very old people. Respect your elders. Look at that one. Good gracious. Holy moly. So here we are. My old stomping ground. Lived here for several years. Right there in that driveway to the right. It's a gigantic mansion. Very old mansion. And when they built the big tunnels that go across the bridge, across the Kentucky or the Ohio River, they tunneled under there because they couldn't tear down that mansion. So just in order to preserve that historic home, they built those multi-million-dollar tunnels so that it could be undisturbed. This is my old neighborhood. Wow. They've built a porch. So that was my house. It's not looking too great right now, but they did build a porch. So that house is absolutely haunted. In fact, when we moved out of the house, a very dark spirit basically chased us out of there. And everyone that was here moving at the time can attest to the fact that it was increasingly scary in there as we were moving out. In fact, as everything was emptied out, even I'm not afraid of ghosts, spirits, all that sort of thing. But that last time that I went back into this house to do a final walkthrough all by myself, and the hairs on the back of my neck just standing on end, I was absolutely petrified for no good reason at all. But there's an old hag spirit in there, up there in the attic, and the attic is terrifying. And enters right into the children's room. That window there on the right was my daughter Elena's room. This front room was this was a very beautiful house. Just 5 short years ago, there were 2 massive trees here. I mean, I can see in there that it is just absolutely torn to bits inside the house. Wow. So behind this house, there's a steep yard that goes down to the creek, and I was telling you about that mansion. So down at the bottom of the drive, the yard, you get down there further, and it empties ultimately into Harrod's Creek, a little creek that runs through. This all used to be the estate of that mansion that I was talking about. And the owner, as I understand it, the owner actually drowned in the creek right down below this house, down past the yard. In the creek, he drowned. I don't know how or why, but he drowned down there. I don't know if his name was Herod. Maybe that's why they called it Harrod's Creek. I have no idea. Don't quote me on that. But according to the locals, he did, in fact, drown right back there. Right down the hill to the creek. In fact, we'll see the creek. We'll go around the other side. The big tunnels that you go through, they're right there on the other side of that wall. Those are the tunnels. And the bridge, the big bridge. All right, let me try to get out of here. Get down onto River Road. Is that River Road? I think it is. But wow, yeah, that house we were looking at used to look a lot like this. It was well kept. But boy, ooh, I hate to see it. I really do. But lots of memories here. Kids grew up for a number of years right there in that house. There was no porch at the time. It's fallen into a state of disrepair. It's unfortunate. It's one of our old neighbors. Time has its way. Time has its way. So we're coming down to the end of Wolf Pen Branch Road. I don't know why they call it that. I assume there was a wolf pen with wolves at some point in time. Never really heard the history of Wolf Pen Branch Road. But that would be the story that makes the most sense to me. That at one point there must have been a pen full of wolves. So this is the back end of the yard where we used to live that we were just looking at. And down off of this bridge is Harrod's Creek. There's a lot of boats and stuff over there. Oh, wrong way. Can't really see it. But that's where the man died. Let's see if I can... find a place to pull in. Things get more and more inaccessible, I've learned. Areas that were once easy to access become increasingly difficult to access. But down there, that's Harrod's Creek, where the man drowned. The man that lived in that old mansion. Somewhere down there. I don't know where. Poor fella. So one more stop that I wanted to look at while we're out in this area is a bit further down the road. It's no longer in Prospect. It's actually closer to Louisville. And last time I tried to access it, there was a significant amount of construction and road work, and they actually had a lot of the road blocked off. I couldn't even get through. So hopefully that's not the case today. If it is, I might hold that portion of the vlog off until another time when I'm coming at it from the other side. But yeah, not much to it out here, but it's really beautiful land. I'm sure there's a lot of cool stories and places that I'm completely unaware of. And if you know of anything that would be great to look at out in the area, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Maybe I'll get out there and explore it, talk about it. Not a whole lot's changed here though. Nice. So this is River Road in Louisville. Runs all the way from Prospect to downtown Waterfront Park. Used to travel this road many times. And when the river rises, almost everything on the opposite side there goes under. In fact, you can't really see it here, but it's been under recently. And the water will rise and completely cover this road. You can't even drive through it sometimes. I've seen the water quite high. People abandon all the houses here and head for higher ground, as it were. Also, a couple of movie locations out here that I've been involved with. I'm going to do a video on a couple of movie locations at some point in the future. Not sure when, but I'll put that together. I've worked on a couple of movies here, so I know where the locations are for some of them. I know of others through the grapevine. Of course, the movie Stripes has been covered many times down through here. Most of that movie was filmed in Louisville. At least the city scenes were filmed here in Louisville with Bill Murray eating all those pills. I might do that one, but again, it's kind of been done. I don't really see a point in doing it again. We'll see. But I worked on the movie Muzzle here. Another one, Desperation Road. Wasn't really filmed so much in Louisville, but in the area. Not far away. Far at all. Now we're coming into the area of the Yacht Club, which is my final stop of the vlog today. I'm going to get up here. I'm going to find a place to park and see if I can't get down to where I'm trying to go. I should be able to. I don't think they keep it locked, but we'll see here. We're almost there. But this is the part of the road that sometimes will be absolutely covered over with water and impassable. Impossible. The water's really high right now, in fact. Very high indeed. I've almost hit several old people right there. They will walk across, and of course there's like big flashing lights, but that doesn't mean that I always slow down in time. And I've almost run over several old people. I've gotten better at it with age. I try to take my time. Beautiful. Sometimes you'll see the Belle of Louisville steaming up the river. She was recently returned after, I guess, some dry dock work. I don't know where that occurred, but it was somewhere up the Ohio, and there was a big fuss about it. And people were tracking it as it returned. I think there was even a website for people that were spotting the Belle of Louisville. as it made its way back to Louisville from wherever it was. Yeah, coming up on the yacht club here. Try to find a place to park.
The individual was in prison for murder, and I think there were a number of killings. They never found the killer, the father, I guess you'd say, as far as I understand.
If he died, or what happened to him. And I thought that was interesting. Right here. Right there. Dead bodies in the water. Well, folks, that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. Day 2 of my not so daily vlog, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be every single day. I don't know. I don't want to put myself in a position where I feel the stress and anxiety of having to do a thing. I'd rather enjoy the thing. And that's what I'm trying to do right now as I embark on new beginnings. And I hope that you'll join me in that endeavor when and where you can, if you enjoy these vlogs. I am going to get out of Louisville and out of Kentucky at some point, and we'll go on some other travels. I'm from down south, so that's probably where I'll start. But until next time, thank you for joining me. This is the Colonel. This vlog is now complete and terminated.